Welcome to the deep dive. Ever notice how some businesses seem to just click while others are always struggling?
Yeah, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Is it all just strategy and elbow grease, or is there maybe something else?
Exactly. Like, could your mindset actually be playing a bigger role than we think?
Well, that's exactly what we're getting into today. We're doing a deep dive into the law of attraction LOA and how it might, just might, connect with business success.
Okay.
We want to go beyond just defining it and really explore, how these ideas could actually work in the real world of business, using examples, practical stuff.
And we've got some interesting source material here. There's a video transcript that lays out LOA for business and even gives a case study.
Mm.
And we also looked at a text that breaks down different voiceover styles, which sounds a bit random, but maybe it connects. We'll see how the delivery affects things.
Right, how the message lands. Okay, so let's jump in. LOA in business. What are we actually talking about? What's the core idea?
Yeah, what's the mechanism?
So fundamentally, LOA for business suggests there's a real link between your dominant thoughts, your kind of mental vibe, and the results you see in your business.
Okay.
The thinking is, if you consistently focus on positive outcomes, on success, you actually start to attract those positive circumstances. Opportunities, clients, growth.
So not just wishful thinking then.
No, it's presented as more of an energetic alignment,
Yeah.
shifting your internal state to match what you want externally.
Got it. The video transcript we reviewed mentioned some key parts to this. One was visualization, really picturing your success as if it's already happened.
Yes, visualization is huge in LOA. The idea is to make it vivid, feel the emotions of having achieved that goal. It sort of primes your subconscious.
Primes it how?
By making the goal feel familiar, attainable, you mentally rehearse the win, which builds belief and makes you more likely to spot the opportunities to get there.
Okay. Then there's the flip side, getting rid of limiting beliefs. Those negative thoughts, right? I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
This is too hard.
Exactly. Those beliefs can be like internal roadblocks. They hold you back, maybe unconsciously, from taking the necessary risks or actions.
So how does LOA suggest tackling them?
It's about identifying them first, becoming aware of that negative self-talk, and then consciously replacing it with positive affirmations.
Affirmations like?
Where the video mentioned things like, I attract success easily, instead of this is a struggle. It's about actively choosing a more empowering internal narrative,
Yeah.
recalibrating.
Right. And then there's inspired action. The video really stressed this isn't passive.
No, definitely not. That's a key point. It's not about meditating on $1 million and waiting for it to appear.
So what makes action inspired? How's it different from just being busy?
Inspired action feels different. It often comes as an intuitive nudge, an idea that feels right, that flows naturally from your aligned state. It feels less like forcing it and more like responding to an opportunity that resonates.
Ah, okay. So it's action that feels aligned with the visualization and the positive mindset?
Precisely. The video had this text, didn't it? Law of attraction, like attracts like. And they showed clips of successful people, quotes, trying to visually link the mindset to the outcome.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay, so that's the theory. How did the video suggest actually putting this into practice day to day?
It laid out 4 steps. First up, set clear intentions, really specific goals.
Not just, I want more business.
Right. The example was shifting from, like, I want more clients, to something concrete, like I attract 5 high-paying clients this month who are a joy to work with. Specificity matters. It focuses your energy.
Makes sense. Like aiming a laser instead of a floodlight. What's step 2?
Daily visualization, actively taking time each day to imagine those specific intentions as reality.
So picturing signing the deal, getting the 5-star reviews.
Exactly. And crucially, feeling the excitement, the relief, the joy associated with it, engaging the emotions.
Okay, intention, visualization. What's third?
Affirmations and mindset shifts. This ties back to those limiting beliefs. Consistently repeating positive statements about yourself and your business.
What kind of affirmations did they suggest?
Things like, money flows to me easily, my business grows effortlessly, I am a magnet for success. The idea is that repetition helps reprogram those old negative patterns.
Okay, building that positive internal track. And the final step.
That brings us back to taking inspired action. The video is really clear. LOA isn't magic. It's about aligning your energy into taking action.
Right, so the mindset work creates the alignment, and then you act on the opportunities that show up because of that alignment.
That's the concept. The alignment makes you notice things, get ideas, feel motivated to do specific things, and then you have to actually do them. The action completes the circuit, so to speak.
Okay, that clarifies it. The video also shares a story, right? Sarah's online store.
Yes, a case study to make it more concrete. Sarah had an online boutique, wasn't making enough sales, feeling pretty down about it, a common entrepreneurial pain point.
Yeah, definitely relatable. So what did she do? Did she just start affirming?
She did incorporate the LOA practices,
Mm-hmm.
daily visualization of sales, using the affirmation, customers love my products.
Okay.
But, and this is key, she also took action. She improved her website, she started running ads. That was her inspired action, presumably flowing from the mindset shift.
And the result? Did it work?
According to the video, yes.
Hmm.
Her sales increased by 300% within 3 months. They even showed a before and after graphic.
Wow, 300% is significant.
It is. Of course, it's one story, an anecdote, but it illustrates the potential synergy the video was talking about, mindset plus action leading to results.
Interesting. The video also gave some quick hacks, didn't it, for people wanting to dip their toes in?
Yeah, 3 practical tips. First, gratitude journaling. Simple idea. Write down 3 things you're grateful for in your business each day, even small wins.
Why gratitude?
It shifts focus to abundance, to what's already working, counteracts focusing only on problems, builds positive momentum.
Okay, makes sense. What was the second hack?
A vision board. Classic LOA tool. Basically creating a collage pictures, words representing your business goals. Dream office, ideal clients, revenue targets.
So a visual reminder to keep you focused.
Exactly. Keep it somewhere you see it often. Reinforces the visualization practice.
And the third one?
Energy clearing. This one's a bit more abstract, maybe. It's about identifying and removing negativity.
Negativity, like?
Could be tangible things like firing a toxic client that drains your energy. Or it could be internal, actively working to release self-doubt or fear, clearing space for positivity.
So practical steps alongside the mindset stuff. Now let's talk about that other source, the text on voiceover styles. How does that fit into all this? Seems like a left turn.
Well, think about it. How you talk about these concepts, how they're presented, can hugely impact whether people, buy into them or dismiss them.
Ah, okay. The delivery matters as much as the content.
Potentially, yes. Especially with something like LOA, which some might find a bit out there. The text described different styles, right?
Yeah, the super energetic motivational speaker, the calm and authoritative coach voice.
The conversational and relatable friend next door type, the polished corporate professional, the engaging storyteller, even that really fast hype style for short videos.
Right. Each one gives off a different vibe.
Exactly. And each vibe might resonate differently depending on the audience and the specific point being made. A motivational tone might spark excitement for visualization.
While a calmer, authoritative tone might lend credibility to the underlying principles.
Precisely. The text even suggested mixing styles, like using storytelling to make case studies like Sarah's more compelling within a motivational framework.
So the way you communicate about LOA could influence how open someone is to trying it.
Absolutely. It affects trust, emotional connection, perceived authority. All factors in how readily someone accepts or explores an idea, especially one that deals with mindset and belief.
Fascinating. It really shows communication is complex.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try and wrap this up. Pulling it all together from this deep dive, what are the main takeaways about LOA and business?
Well, the core idea we explored is this potential link between your mindset, your thoughts, beliefs, focus, and your actual business results. The practical application seems to involve being intentional with goals, using visualization and affirmations to align your internal state, and then critically taking inspired action.
And the Sarah story, while just one example, suggests it could work in practice when combined.
Right. It illustrates the potential synergy. And we also touched on how the communication style, the delivery, can influence how these ideas are received.
And the video's conclusion was that some see LOA as a potentially powerful tool, right?
Yes, framed as another tool in the toolbox for entrepreneurs looking for an edge, perhaps.
So here's something for you, the listener, to maybe chew on after this discussion. Thinking about these principles. What's just one small shift in your own thinking, maybe your focus, that you could experiment with this week in your business? Just one thing. What might happen if you consciously visualized one specific positive outcome for just a few days? Something to consider as you move forward.